In a recent video using Bolt.new, we created a habit tracker application based off of James Clear's Atomic Habits book. We have our metrics for the last 7 days at the top. We can come in here and add a new habit and track how we're doing every day. And this is powered with Supabase. What I'm going to show you today is how to build a simple AI automation behind this application. We'll be using n8n to schedule a trigger every morning or whatever time you want. It'll connect to Supabase, use the chat model to send a response back to us, and then give us that response using Telegram. Well, I'm going to show you how this works from scratch, so let's get started. And just the first thing to note, this can really be for any application. This is a simple AI automation to schedule something, so it doesn't have to be for this specific app, but you can use this to power other apps. So what we need to do is add a schedule trigger. So in the first step, you're going to come here and type schedule. You'll see the schedule trigger node. We're going to add this. Then on the left-hand side, you can trigger it for whenever you want. So I'm going to choose 6 a.m. You could add minutes if you wanted, like 6:30. But with that, we're going to go back to the canvas. Now, the next thing we need to do is we're going to add the AI agent node. So I'm going to click the plus button. You can start typing in AI agent. I'm going to click this. Now there are a few things here that we need to change. So first off, the source for the prompt, we are not connected to a chat trigger node. We're connected to a scheduled trigger. So we want to come in here and then choose define below, and then we will end up putting a prompt in here. Now, the next thing we need to do is at the very bottom, you'll see there's a chat model, memory, and tool. If we go back to canvas, it's easier to see. So I can kind of zoom in here. So the chat model is, you need to just choose which model that you want to use. Now, whichever one you end up choosing, you just need to get that respective API key. So for instance, I'm going to use OpenAI. I already have an OpenAI account. So if you don't, you'll just come in here if you want to use OpenAI, and then you're going to need to grab an API key from OpenAI and then put that in here, and then you'll be good to go. So then you can go ahead and choose from the model. For instance, I'm going to choose O3. There are some other options here if you would like to, add on to the model, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to kind of move this over here. And now really the important thing is, since my application already works, I just want to be sent what my habits are for that day. And that means that if I add any habits in the future or remove them, it will just retrieve from the database table. So the connection is Supabase's database table. Now, there are a couple of ways you could actually handle this, but I just want to use a tool. So in the tool, I'm going to click the plus button here, and I'm just going to start typing in Supabase. And you can see that there is a tool. Now, the first thing you need to do is set up your Supabase account. Assuming you have some database table, you're going to come in here and you're going to have to retrieve your host and your service role secret. And we're going to get this from Supabase. Now, n8n does have great documentation for how to get credentials, because credentials can be some blockers or some of the harder things to get these to work. But what you do is, create a Supabase account if you haven't already. You come down here and you need to get your host and service role secret for the access token. So you would essentially just go to the dashboard, select your project, and then you want to get an API key. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. So here I am in Supabase. I've already signed in. I've chosen my project. I know that this one is using the full stack app. That's kind of generalized for a few different tables. Then on the left-hand side here, we want to go to project settings. Then you want to go to data API. There's a project URL right here that you will copy. That will be your host. Then you can see that it says API keys have moved. So this is slightly different from the documentation, but if we go to API keys, so you could just use service role, that's fine, but I actually have included policies in the habits table that I'm going to use, which means that I have different authorized users that can log in and see just their habits. So if you decide to do that, what you'll need to do is create a policy for n8n. So back here, when you see the host, one of the secrets that I told you to copy, you're going to put that in the service role secret. And then also in your host, you will paste that URL here. Then you're going to click save, or you can choose retry, and you should get a connection tested successfully. Now, when you do that, what we want to do is on a row, we want to get many. So that means that we can get more than one. Now, if it doesn't say table names here or IDs, just maybe you can back out of the node, come back in. Sometimes it needs to refresh or reload. So I'm going to choose habits because I know that's exactly the table I want. You can say return all. It doesn't really matter. You can limit to 50. However, if you have 50 habits a day, that's your business. But now we're pretty much done here. What I like to do is test this first to make sure it works. So I'm just going to press the play button on the agent. Oh, it says there is an error. That is because guess what? We don't have a prompt. I forgot to add one. Let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, here is a prompt that you can use. Choose whatever you want. I just had AI actually come up with one quickly for me because the one I was going to give you, it was really simple, even though it worked. So now that we're done with this, we just had to give some prompt that we want to have like summary of our habits. Now I'm going to choose the play button. Now that we've settled those errors, this is just going to take a few seconds. And then see, now it went ahead and got all of the habits from our database table. Now it's going to summarize them based on the prompt, and then it should output something that we can send in a Telegram message. So let's open this up, and here we go. This is essentially what we would be sending in a Telegram message. Well, the last thing is we actually need to send the Telegram message. So let's go ahead and set that up now, and it is not that difficult. So the first thing is I'm going to click the plus button because I want the output from the AI agent to be sent in Telegram. So I'm going to search for Telegram, choose Telegram, and then there are a bunch of actions. Just type in send a message and send a text message. And what we want to do now is, of course, the first thing, well, we'll get to the account. Let's do this first. So the output, you see, because I've tested it, now I have this output. I want this to just simply paste that into the output here. So you can kind of see what it would look like. Yeah, this is kind of what I would be receiving. So cool, that's good. We will get to the chat ID in a second, but first off, you need to create the account. So when you come in here, all you really need is this base URL. We can find that, but it's this access token. If you haven't set this up yet, or you don't even have a Telegram app, like you've never used Telegram before, that's okay. It's really simple. The first thing you do is actually download it on your phone. You need to download the app and create an account. Right in the middle here, it says Open Docs. Click Open Docs. This is going to direct you to the Telegram credentials. And I'm not going to go through this with you. I have a full course on Any10 where I did do this already, but just follow this. I showed that I literally just followed these directions, and it just takes a few minutes and you can set up your bot for Telegram. Okay, it's really that simple. So once you've done that, you'll end up getting the access token from your Telegram bot. You'll put that in here, test the connection, and you should be good to go. Then the last thing that nobody really talks about is this chat ID. Okay, this is where you're going to find your chat that you have with your bot. All right, so here I am in web.telegram.org. Once you're here, just type in some message. It doesn't even matter what it is. So I'm going to type in hello again. Okay, now once I've typed that in, once I've done that, I'm going to open up a new tab, and all you need to do is type. You're basically going to send a request to Telegram's API, and what this is going to do is when you send this, you're first off going to keep. See, I have bot here. You're going to keep that there, but the token that you got for signing in, paste that in here, and then just click enter. And what it's going to do is going to basically send a request, and you're going to get your chat ID. Once you get your chat ID, then if we come back here, you're just going to paste that in right here. So I'll show you, I'll have it in the description, that actual request. You just put that in the tab, put your bot token in there. You don't need the carrots. You just put your token in there and then press enter, and it will respond and you'll have your chat ID. Okay, so I have my chat ID. So now what I'm going to do is I can just, we've already tested everything else. I'm just going to test this Telegram message. And I got that ding. You can see up here, I got a new message already. And here it is. Here is the text message that every morning I should see for that day. Now you can customize to say, what did I do yesterday? How much did I complete? How much have I done for the week? Do I really need to catch up? Or you can do way more with this, right? But this is just to show you what I need to do for that day. One thing to note is at the bottom, it says this message was sent automatically with N8N. Let's fix that really quick. And how we do that, I'm going to open up my Telegram, and then in the add field in the bottom there, it says append N8N attribution. Just turn that off. And then whenever you send this again, when we look at it, as you can see, it is no longer there. Okay, that's kind of like for anything like emails, anything that property will be there, you can just turn it off. I just added a full stack AI application building course in my community that is going to show you from beginning to end and deploying a full application using AI with a front and back end and everything in between. Okay, you've now learned how to add a simple AI automation to your application. Not all of them have to be super complex. A lot of times we just need to do one thing And we can do that. It can be simple. Just because it's simple doesn't mean it's not effective. A lot of times the super complex ones can be hard to maintain, and assuming that they work whenever you get them, then you have to debug it and etc. When maybe it could have been broken down into a few separate entities, and then we do it that way. Okay, so I'll just be in my GitHub. Thank you for watching. Here's some more videos. I'll see you next one.